swearing out. Don't worry. I probably won't swear here. Probably. If I'm going to, I'm going to pause the video and make sure I don't, because I do not want to lose my channel. Me and my mother made a deal. If I can't share any personal information, share my face, and show my face and my real name, and also or swear. The last one is the most painful part. Anyway, let's get into this. Please don't get blown up! Oh my god. If Luna's there. Let's just calm down. Come on, TGTB. Come on, Addy. Just calm down. Oh my goodness. They're not in the daycare. Just saying, during the ad break, I was swearing a lot. And panic. Okay, let's just do this.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
Okay, for
My
the record,
baby!
Please state your name.
And literally, somebody is literally a lawyer in the comment section and knows a lawyer slash cousin. I didn't really read the whole comment. There was like a joke comment there that literally like had like an adoption papers. I signed them.
My name is Earth.
My name is Lunar.
What's your
I
goal
love
working
you,
for
Lunar.
Fazbear?
Well, I would like to just be able to help people, especially children, since I'm quite fond of them, and I want to make sure they have a nice, educational, but comforting environment for them to enjoy their time in.
My goal is to get my own room, help Earth, and be a caretaker. That's the words.
Okay. Are you prone to spats of violence or aggression?
No, I'm programmed to not be aggressive, especially
Unless someone attacks your sibling.
unless, of course, there's a situation that requires aggressiveness, or in the very, very small case of violence needing to be acted, that's when I would be that way, but that is a very, last case scenario sort of deal.
I'm prone to, fits of being very loud, but not violence.
Okay, does this loudness cause harm to others, or?
No, unless they have sensitive ears, I guess.
I have
What are your
sensitive ears, so it doesn't hurt me,
qualifications to be a
mate.
child caretaker?
Well, I am fully programmed with all of the safety features one would need to have to take care of children. I'm also very programmed to have every single information on how to care for children of different walks of life. For example, anyone with specific abilities or disabilities or anything like that, I know how to care for them. I also have safety courses on how to take care of a child if they were, having any health medical emergencies. I can help take care of them until the proper authorities arrive.
Ooh, so you really are like that. Like, you could deal with a kid that's currently depressed with cystic fibrosis. Can I hire you for someone I know?
Let's see, I'm also programmed with many different jokes and stories and games to keep children entertained, so they'll have endless fun with me while they're safe.
Well, in terms of, everything in my brain, I was built with Moon's code in mind. I meant to kind of be the opposite of Moon.
How many times? Booyah! Here's it confirmed right here. He was basically either, created or built from, to quote him with Moon's code in mind, I was right, baby! Whoa!
In certain aspects and be sun-like in others.
All right, that's all wonderful. Makes sense. I find it odd that they have me interview an animatronic that can be programmed with whatever we may need, but I won't question the higher-ups. What would you say are your strengths?
My strengths. I am incredibly creative. I encourage people to be as independent as possible. And, I am very good at, doing puppet shows.
Well,
I'm scared of puppets, but I love that.
I'm able to take care of a lot of situations as they arise, though at sometimes, it's not programmed for everything. However, I am able to take care of, I would say, 98% of the cases or situations that do arise. To also say that I'm not more entertaining than other people, but I'd say I have more functions to help people. For example, I know Sun and Moon don't have like specific functions of story times, but I have a whole data bank that I could pick from. Not to say I'm better than them. I'm definitely not better than them.
Right, fair.
I love how you're just correcting what you just said. I love that.
Speaking of them, from what we understand, you are made by the same creator.
Yes.
Why were we not notified of your arrival?
I'm not sure. I was supposed to arrive a lot earlier, however, I did get distracted. There are so many fields of flowers around here that I just had to stop and enjoy them all. But I thought you were alerted to my presence, and I'm sorry if you weren't.
We were notified after you had made home within the Fazbear daycare.
Oh, I see. Well, I apologize for not giving a advance notice.
Perfectly fine. Cycling back to the questions.
What would you say your weaknesses are?
I am very small. People tend to not acknowledge that I am, in a sense, an older individual. I may seem small and act childlike, but that is of my own free will and consciousness. And, I am generally not taken seriously. But as a weakness, I believe it is, I might lean too highly into childlike.
Well, there are some times that,
Yes, but you're less than 1,000 days old, mate. I still love you, okay?
in those 2% of cases that I just don't know what to do, and it's usually scenarios that I've never actually seen or experienced before. And I also, I don't know, I feel like alone. You know, I have a tons of fun with the children, but at the same time, I feel bad for taking up space away from Sun and Moon, since they're so wonderful with children themselves.
Right, and that's why you wish to establish your own area, I assume?
Yes, I want to have my own little area away from them because they're very good at running their own daycare, and I figure having my own separate area for children who would enjoy my company a lot more or would prefer a quieter environment or something more
Oh,
soothing.
so kind of like me and my sister. Whenever younger family members come around, when they want to be crazy and get all their sugar rush out, they go to Lou, but when they want to calm down and talk about their problems, they come to me. So essentially, you're, me.
Calming than the superstar daycare, which can be very loud at times. So, yes, if that makes any sense. But to circle back to the weaknesses, I'd also say that sometimes, you know, I do get a little in my own head about how to take care of certain things and wanting to make sure everyone is all right.
All right. Wonderful you do acknowledge your own weaknesses like that. What activities do you wish to conduct in your own playroom?
So I know that I was just talking about how I am a loud person, but I also very much enjoy my quiet time. And I know that the main daycare is very loud, and I know Earth Place is going to be kind of like a very collaborative effort. I want my area to be like where people can enjoy their alone time, or if they want to, I can put on puppet shows, little plays, stuff like that for entertainment purposes, but not to be a loud distraction. It can be where people go to read books or doodle and.
Why? The ads always come on at the worst time. Just load already. So Earth's was kind of like mine, but this one is a lot more like mine.
I would like to do some video games on the wall so people can play games, stuff like that. Just kind of for people to enjoy their own quiet time in their own space.
Alright, so individual time, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, what are activities you wish to conduct in your own playroom?
Oh, I have ideas already. I was thinking maybe we could do a drawing time with Earth, where everybody can draw whatever they wish, and then afterwards we can
That
do
reminds
a show
me of
and
Draw
tell
with
and see
Will
what
on
we've all
ABC
done.
Me.
And I also think it'd be fun to do a story time, where we come up with our own stories together, and then we reenact them all together. And I was also thinking it'd be super fun to do a foam pit adventure, where we all have fun in a foam pit. I was thinking it'd be really cool to have a foam pit, but I didn't know if that was okay yet, so I just wanted to say that just in case it wasn't, because I think a foam pit would be very nice, and it's not as loud as the ball pit.
So, from what I can gather, it seems like your activities will be much more group oriented.
Yes.
All right, then. Are you fully aware of the risks of having your own playroom?
even before I was helping Earth, I was helping Sun and Moon, and there was the whole issue of eclipse. So yes, I'm aware of the flaws that can happen by owning a daycare.
Okay, so you're also aware of the risks of and liabilities if any child were injured in your care?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Risks like if any trouble were to happen, I would be responsible for it. If
Liability and things of the such, yes.
yes, that I'm fully aware and I'm ready to take
I'm
on.
sorry for not talking a lot. I'm just processing a lot of this stuff and like seeing a lot of this stuff. So like, okay, there's a lot of lore here, and I'm just trying to unpack it in my mind.
Risks.
All right.
Are there any concerns or questions you have over caring for your own playroom? If so, please tell us now.
I guess just make sure it's relatively well soundproofed, because while it is nice to be able to hear the overflowing sound that'll come from Earth's room, I again want this to be an area where people can be within their own space. So, as long as it is well soundproofed where you can still minorly hear what's upstairs and you can go check it out if you want to, I'm fine.
Yes, both rooms will have soundproofing or at least sound dampening in there. As they are different rooms, they should be
I love this. There's this sensory heaven. I'd be in Luna's room pretty much every day because that just reminds me of when I was on a cruise ship when I was like in prep. Essentially, that was this room kind of like Luna's room, and kind of like Luna's room, and also one that's kind of like Earth's room. Because I was like really young, I had to be in like Earth's area, but there was also a little bit like with Just Dance, like kids Just Dance versions. That's me and this one person used to play that every day, 24/7. And meanwhile, in the other room, there was just video games, books, libraries, and everything there. I enjoyed that room a lot more. Still miss you, mate.
different zones of whatever you guys want to do for the environment.
Perfect. Then that's about it, really.
All right.
Oh,
and...
security.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's been incidences where people have wandered in and out of the daycare when they really shouldn't have been anywhere near it. So just making sure that we can prevent those types of things from happening is going forward in the new location would be great.
Okay, so protecting yourself from nearing PTSD. I can see that. And I like how you're using it in a business term.
All right. I will pass that along.
Are there concerns or questions you have over caring over your own playroom? If so, please say so now.
Well, I guess one. Would I have to clean it up by myself every night, or would there be staff bots available to help? Because I know Sun does a lot of cleaning.
We should be able to get at least a staff bot. Obviously, our staff bots are more oriented towards cleaning up the larger pizzaplex in and of itself.
Yes, I understand.
We'll see what we can do, but generally you and Lunar, as the other one, would be in charge of cleaning up your own areas, especially if, since this is also having a living quarters built into it per your request.
Wonderful. I just wanted to make sure and get on the same page with you, so thank you.
No problem.
There is one more question. Based on our research, you apparently have some kind of trauma going on. Can you explain that?
I blew up at one point. That
Okay.
was due to a whole incident involving Eclipse, who was technically my brother. We don't talk about him.
We don't talk about Eclipse. No, no, no. We don't talk about Eclipse. Yes, I wrote that song, but I'm not doing it yet.
We're not gonna talk about it. But I was blown up at one point, dealt with some trauma from that because I was rebuilt. And then recently there was a whole incident where I had my arm broken by Blood Moon, and that was not fun.
Okay. Would that interfere with your ability to care for children?
No, I'm handling it in my own time, but I'm very good at hiding my emotions.
Okay.
You're very
It's
good
like
at hiding your emotions. That's not really a positive thing, mate. Suppressing your emotions will only make it very, very much worse inside your mind. But then again, I do it myself, so I'm being a hypocrite.
Had earlier of the violence and aggression, based off some research that we did before this interaction, on this show you run with Lunar, we saw that recently you got quite violent with another animatronic. Care to explain the thought process and actions behind that situation?
Yes, you see, if I did not get violent, I fear that perhaps Lunar would have been, at worst, killed, but at best, hurt even more seriously. And considering the fact that repairing him would be quite costly to the company, as well as he is my brother and I don't wish to see him harmed, and as well as my security system and my protocols coming into place, the best course of action that I predicted and calculated was that I needed to get Lunar away, as well as deal with the perpetrator of any serious injury that was befalling on Lunar. And in order to stun them as quickly as possible, and to drive them away from the area so they could not do further harm to me, or Lunar, or the room, I decided to act, and that was the way it had to come across. Though, again, that was a very... I wish it didn't have to come to that, but that specific animatronic is a bit more bloodthirsty, I can tell. So I knew talking to them would not solve anything, considering they kind of seem to enjoy me begging for them to stop. So you don't negotiate with that sort of person.
Of course. Well, thank you for being forthright with that. That was a mild concern to us.
Of course, I understand.
Last question we have here. What is your overall experience with animatronics that to larger masses have been considered killer, such as this Blood Moon, as well as Moon and Monty?
Well, Blood Moon, that little creature needs to be dealt with. I try to be nice about everything, but that little creature is a cruel being, and it should not be in the daycare at all.
Yes, I agree.
The safety of any children, not even children, any adult that enters the premises and gets near that thing, because that is a terrifying creature that just wants to torture and hurt people, as I can tell. But Moon and Monty are quite pleasant. Moon is a very dear brother of mine, and I care for him deeply, and I believe he cares deeply for me.
He
And
does.
We really look out for one another, so I don't really see him as a killer animatronic, as more of a protective older brother to me. And Monty, well, I am aware of Monty's past, but I can see that Monty is changing for the better and making adjustments in their life to do good. And they've done so well.
All right, then. I think that's about it.
Well, Lunar, I think that's everything for today. We will contact you afterwards after we go over these notes and let you know the outcome. So you're free to go.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
I love you, Lunar.
I found it weird that she was floating above the chair the entire time. I don't question animatronics.
What in the hell is my
You never question animatronics. Very true. Okay, let's get into this review. That rhymed! This is one hell of a time. Why am I rhyming so coffin? Well, if I keep going, I'll be in a coffin. I've got to stop now. Alrighty. 10 out of 10. Right off the bat. Lunar, it's now confirmed that you basically came from Moon's code. Well, not grew from it, but had that in mind. And basically, Blood Moon is considered Blood Moon's kid. What do I say? Blood Moon is considered KC's kid because he was created with the kill code in mind. So technically, with the biology and all that stuff, yeah, my theory was confirmed. My theory was confirmed. My theory was confirmed. Anyway, loved this. There was a lot of lore here. Some I still have to process. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. Fan art competition is still going. You know the drill. I'm going to close this and swear. Okay, bye-bye.